Guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a tutorial. I teamed up with Sigma Beauty for this fall inspired look. It's pretty similar to my matte brown smoky eye, except there's actually a crease color in this one, an olive tint under the eye, and then like a glossy, a little bit darker nude lip. So it's a little bit different. You can definitely pair this look up with a darker lip or a lighter lip. So Sigma Beauty teams up with Perfect 365. If you didn't know about Perfect 365, it's basically like a virtual makeover app that's available on Google as well as the iTunes App Store. I actually used to use Perfect 365 like way back when I first started with like the selfies and the Instagram. You can do pretty much anything. You can smooth out your skin, you can kind of like enhance certain features, but even cooler is you can actually try on makeup looks, which I think is pretty awesome. You can have like a virtual makeover just so you can see how certain colors would look with your skin tone and your hair color and just how it would look. I actually heard of Perfect 365 on Instagram because I heard that Kim Kardashian uses it for her selfies and I wanted my selfie game to be on fleek, so I downloaded it way back when, and I would just kind of like smooth out my skin a little, not too much but just a little. But now that they've introduced the whole virtual makeover, it like brought it to a whole different level. It's a free app and you get to try on this look, which is so cool. So I hope you enjoy this fall makeup look with Sigma Beauty. I used all Sigma brushes and a lot of Sigma Beauty products, which I absolutely love. I am especially in love with the lip color in this tutorial. It's called Tranquil. It's one of their lip glosses and I am so obsessed. It is so pretty and so comfortable on the lips. And I know everyone's going for that matte look, but I like to moisturize my lips sometimes because I do have very dry, chapped lips. So this look was perfect for me because it has a glossy lip. Another cool thing is you can actually purchase the Sigma items that I used in this tutorial through the app, which is pretty awesome. So don't forget to download the app and try on this look. And if you would like to see step by step how I got it, then keep on watching. Hi guys, so I'm starting off by taming my brows and I'm just using a clean spoolie to kind of comb them out. And then I'm going to jump right into penciling them in, and I'm using the Sigma Clean Cut brow pencil. So the shade is called Clean Cut. The cool thing about this product is that it has a built-in wax. Now I had my camera on autofocus, so you're going to see it kind of go in and out really quickly out of focus, but I do fix that later on. So I'm just penciling them in and then I'm going to clean them up with the Sigma concealer brush, and this is the F70, and I'm using my MAC Studio Finish Concealer Duo in the shade NC25 like always, and I also use my fingers to kind of blend them out a little quicker. So this brush is awesome because it is very precise and it gets right in there. To add a little bit more warmth, I am adding a little bit of some Brow Wiz in the shade Caramel, just because I like my brows to be a little bit warmer, but the Sigma pencil did kind of tame them because it does have some wax in it. Now I'm using the Sigma F80 brush and I'm spraying it with some MAC Fix Plus, and this is going to help the foundation go on a lot smoother. I'm using the Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation in the shade Medium Neutral. This says it has a 12-hour wear and it's oil free. This is the first time I'm using this, and this does have an SPF of 15. So I was kind of playing around with the colors. I used Medium Neutral, but I think I could have went one shade darker. I'm going to be testing this foundation more just so I can let you guys know how I feel, but this brush does give you a full coverage. Now, if you have very dry skin, I definitely recommend wetting your brush, because when you use a brush, it can exfoliate any dead skin that you have and can make your skin look even drier. Now I'm jumping into an eye base. I'm using the Sigma eyeshadow base in the color Persuade. It's a nice flesh tone color, and I'm using that same concealer brush. I just kind of wiped off any concealer that it had. Yeah, didn't need to use a new brush. You can just use the same one on the lids. Then I'm using this Dior Lip Maximizer to kind of condition them. I'm jumping right into shadow. I'm using the Sigma Smoke Screen palette, and I'm using the first shade, which is called Veiled, and I'm putting this on my brow bone and in the inner corners. This has a nice little sheen to it. Then I'm going in with the shade Opulent, and I'm putting this all over my lid. It's a nice warm tone, kind of like glittery shade, just kind of like as a transition. And then I'm jumping into Thunderhead. Sorry, this is going so quick. And I'm using the E38. Yes, E38, and I'm just kind of messily applying that all over my lid. I didn't really use a transition color in my crease. I was just kind of going with the flow here, but I'm going to take this clean E40, which is one of my favorite Sigma brushes of all time, and I'm just going to diffuse that product into the crease. This actually makes for more work, but I decided to do my makeup like this today. And then I'm jumping into the shade Atmosphere, and I'm using one of my second all-time favorite brushes by Sigma, and this is their blending brush, and I love that it's super, super thin and precise. This is their E36. And I love that it gets right into that crease, and you can kind of use like circular motions just to dig into that crease and really give you a lot of definition. So this shade is a little bit darker and warmer. It does have a little bit of a shimmer, but it's not detectable on the eye. And I will leave down all the brushes that I'm using down below, of course. And then I'm going back into, I'm going to be using the E40 and the E38, the diffuse crease brush, a lot just to keep on blending and blending and blending away. So the E40 and the E38 to blend, and then the E36 to apply that crease color. Love it. I love that this palette has a mirror. It's a pretty nice mirror that you can use to do your makeup, so that's always a plus. And then I'm going back into that veiled shade, and I'm going to put that again on my brow bone and in the inner tear ducts of my eye. And I'm using a Sigma pencil brush, which I really like too. This is the E30. Very precise, very pointed. Now I'm going to use a little bit of gel liner. I'm not going to do a wing, and I'm using the Sigma Standout Eyes gel liner in the shade Wicked, and I'm using the Sigma winged liner brush. This brush is very precise, so if you want to get real tight on that lash line, it is perfect for that. I mean, you can do a wing, but I decided not to do a wing. I decided to just not extend the line out too much, but this is just going to create some definition and open up our eyes a little more. It's nice to play around with wing liner and do different styles to see how your eyes will look in the end. I am going to be applying some falsies, so this definitely helps with making the falsies look a lot more natural, not like they're just on your eye. This is kind of just like a little trick to hide the band if you're not like a pro at getting your lashes really close to your lash line. So I'm just using this gel liner. I love it. It is so creamy. I am so obsessed. Now I'm using the Sigma mascara. This is their high caliber lash mascara. Just a couple coats because again, I am going to be going into using some falsies. So this just helps mend my real lashes and the falsies together. Now I'm going to tightline, and I'm using a Sigma black pencil, and this is in the shade Eclipse. And it's a really nice jet black, and I'm just applying that to my upper lash line. I'm using these Ardell double wispies, and I've been on the hunt for the double up demi wispies, and I couldn't find them. I got super excited when I saw these, and I thought they were it. They are very nice. They're like the demi wispy, but just a little thicker and a little more dramatic. So I'm using a MAC lash applicator to apply those, and I'm using the House of Lashes glue, and I'm making sure they're really, really close to the lash line. Even though I did kind of apply some gel liner, it's really important to get them as close as possible. And to hide the lash band, I'm just going to go over it with the gel liner. Now this gel liner is so creamy that it goes over the lash band so easily and so effortlessly, especially with this wing liner brush that is very precise and is very small and can get into those tiny little cracks and crevices of your eye, especially like in the inner portion. I absolutely loved using this gel liner. It was just so effortless, so definitely going to be seeing me use this a lot more now. Now I'm using the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer, and I'm pretty sure I have this in the shade Neutralizer, which is a nice yellow. Now at first I started using this Sigma Precision Round P82, but with this concealer, since it is very like thin, I do recommend using a beauty blender because as you can see, the product kind of got like distributed, that's a hard word to say, too much. So it kind of thinned out the concealer. I am bringing the concealer all the way onto my nose to make it appear a little thinner. But I am going to be using a damp beauty blender to blend that out. And I actually didn't even dampen my beauty blender with water. I used some Fix Plus. And I noticed here that my camera is out of focus. So I tried out this lens that I've had for a while, but for some reason I wasn't using. So yeah. Just trying to salvage that concealer. So I'm going to powder that baby up since I wasn't really feeling the concealer, and I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent powder. This is going to make everything better, and I'm packing that baby on real heavy, aka bake, bake, bake. And then I'm using the Bobbi Brown bronzer, and I'm using the shade Golden Light. And I am using the Sigma Powder Blush brush. It's the F10, which is really nice for a bronzer. I really like it for bronzer and blush. It really just doesn't give you like a harsh contour, but it does get into that cheekbone and kind of carves them out a little bit, gives you a little definition, but it doesn't give you that like extreme contour. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm really sorry about the focus. Don't kill me. I don't know. I was doing good, like looking into the viewfinder for the most part up until this point. I was going so fast with the bronzer and I was packing on so much. And as you can see, I'm looking into the camera and I couldn't tell. I know I have to hook up my camera to my computer so this doesn't happen. But the way my space is set up, it's just not happening right now. So I'm just wisping away that powder and I'm using the Real Techniques setting brush. I lied in the beginning. I did use this brush, which is not Sigma, but I really like this brush because it gets right under my eye and it works perfectly. Now I'm using actually another non-Sigma brush, and this is the It Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Wand Ball Powder Brush, and I'm using the Sigma blush in Heavenly. Now, this blush is so gorgeous, so gorgeous. I fell in love. This is the first time I was using it, and I was like, yes, it looks so like neutral and so pretty. I'm taking that same black Eclipse pencil right into the waterline to define my eyes a little more. And then I'm going to add a little bit of this olive color from the Smokescreen palette, and this is called Svelte. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. And I'm using another Sigma brush. This is their Exact Blend E32 right underneath my lash line, and I'm going to smoke that out. And you can do this, you know, as thick or as thin as you want. I just wanted to add a little bit of olive tones, but nothing too intense green. Just like a little bit of it. Just a little touch. And then I'm applying some white to my inner corners just to pop them out a little more, and as well as on my brow bone. And I'm using that same Sigma pencil brush. And I'm blending that out. Now I'm hitting my lower lashes and my top lashes to mend my falsies with my real ones. And I'm still using that Sigma High Caliber Lash Mascara, which is really nice. It didn't get onto my skin. See, I'm in focus here, but I'm not in focus here. And then I'm just defining my brows a little more. You guys already know I love using a gel product on my brows. It just gives me more definition, and it's just a quicker way for me to get that definition, because if I'm there with the pencil, I get really anxious and like bored, and I'm so tired of it. So I like to use a gel because it's a lot quicker because it is so intense. And I'm using the Inglot gel liner in number 17, the brow gel in number 17 with a Zoeva wing liner brush. This is my Holy Grail brush and gel for my brows, so that's what I used. Then I'm jumping into my lips. I'm using the Sigma Lip Base in the shade Indulgent, which is such a beautiful name. And I'm just kind of quickly doing that. I had like a minty taste or feeling to it. And this is the star of the lip show. This is the lip gloss in Tranquil. It's actually very pigmented for a gloss and very, very shiny, as you can see. Not sticky at all, like at all, at all. It is so nice. Once you start layering it, it does get a little bit tacky, but if you just apply a couple of layers, it's fine. I'm highlighting with Anastasia Peach Nectar Illuminator, and I'm using a Morphe fan brush, my favorite, M310. And look at that glow, girl. Yes, I'm actually feeling the Anastasia highlights a little more. I don't know. Sometimes I'm not feeling it. Sometimes I am. It really depends on what foundation I used. If my skin's a bit dry that day, it is just not cute. It doesn't even show up. But as you can see, it's showing up, girl. So I'm just blending that a little bit. And then I'm going to clean up that contour. And I'm using a little bit of some face powder with a little bit of coverage. This one is by It Cosmetics. It's their Celebration Illumination Powder. And I will leave down the color down below. And then, again, a little more mascara because you already know. I love me some extreme lashes. And I'm just cleaning up that under eye smokiness a little bit with my fingers. Making that a little bit more smoky and blended. And again, another touch up of the inner corner. You already know. I'm using Sweet Heat by MAC. Love this shade as a highlight. I'm just adding a little bit. And then I'm using my Holy Grail setting spray. This is my favorite. It's the Pixie Makeup Fixing Spray. I love this stuff. It's not really a setting spray, but it's like a fixing spray. And that is the entire look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And here are me taking selfies. By thank you so much for what's especially cool about this, there's a plane, there's an itch. So yeah. Yeah. What's Coco! Google App Store and as well as iTunes.